maybe Dubois got hit from that uppercut. Joshua with a big right hand down to Dubois. What? Oh, Joshua, he's going to fucking get him. Oh, Joshua got knocked out. What? No, it's done. It's over. Joshua lost, got KO'd. Oh, man. All right, guys, happy Monday. I think it's best we address the elephant in the room. So I didn't upload yesterday. The reason being is because I predicted Anthony Joshua to win this fight, and we all know what happened. He got absolutely battered. He got bullied around the ring, and I just couldn't bring myself to upload a video out of shame and embarrassment that I got a prediction wrong. You know, sometimes I see the trolls, I see the people in the comments, and, you know, I want to be like them. Maybe one day I can get 100% of predictions correct. So I just had to go into hiding yesterday. That was the only option for me. For anyone who doesn't understand, I'm clearly joking around. I just took a day off. It was my son's birthday. I had a rest. I was shattered, and I wanted to chill. But a couple days have passed now since the Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois fight. And by the way, what a fight that was. We went live for it on Saturday night. And trust me when I say this, me and the chat were absolutely speechless. We were lost for words as to how this fight went down. What an incredible performance first by Daniel Dubois. But what we're going to do in this video, we're going to take a look at everything that went wrong for Anthony Joshua. And once again, I always preface these videos by saying I'm not a boxing expert. I'm not a professional boxing analyst. I'm only just getting into boxing. It's always easy to look back on the fight and say, oh yeah, all the signs were there that Joshua wasn't going to win this fight. Everyone is an expert post-fight. But before we actually break down the footage of this fight and talk about how Anthony Joshua lost and all the mistakes he made, I want to just go back to this video. So this was my predictions video, right? And I'm going to address some of the trolls, some of the haters, some of the absolute low IQ dummies in the comments. And some of you might say, Shaun, don't give them the time of day. But I want to. Now, first off, let's address the title. Guaranteed KO. Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois prediction. You go back and you listen to this entire video. I say, I think, based on my casual prediction, I'm not a boxing expert, based on my casual prediction, I think Anthony Joshua has the majority of the advantages and can get the job done in rounds 4 or 5. Do I think Daniel Dubois can get the job done? Yes, I certainly think so. But if Daniel's going to win, it's going to be later on in the fight. That was my prediction, okay? Very sound prediction, I think. Also, the majority of professional fighters and professional boxing analysts kind of predicted the same thing. I didn't really see anyone predicting Daniel Dubois. However, everyone in the comments knows best, don't they? Let me just show you how toxic the fight community can be sometimes. Lol, ja. Ouch, kind of got it backwards, mate. Quote, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Unquote. And then this guy's got a bit of common sense here. A lot of boxing experts and fighters predicted Anthony Joshua too. Are you saying all of them don't know anything? Upsets happen. And that's my exact point about these stupid idiots in the comments, Poon Child. And look what he said. He's quoted the title, guaranteed KO, next. And I responded, did I say it would be Joshua, guaranteed KO? No, you low IQ dummy. Why don't you actually listen to the video? And that's the thing. I said all along on the build-up to this fight, I think it's going to be an exciting fight. People are going to sleep on this fight, and I think someone's getting knocked out. I expressed my opinion that AJ could knock Dubois out, and I think that's how it's going to go. I also expressed that Daniel Dubois has got the tools to get it done because he's got 21 wins, 20 KOs. Aged like fine milk. That's a good original comment. I like that one. I always wait for them ones. Aged like fine milk. Aged like milk. And this is what I'm saying here, right, guys? It's fighting. Anything can happen. Go and look at any of the professional analysts on YouTube. Go and look at the predictions video and set the comments filter to newest. It's all the same copy and paste comment. Aged like milk. You don't know nothing. I told you bet on Dubois. And they make it out as if that they have a 100% prediction rate. And if that's the case, right, so if any of you guys in the comments, you get 100% of your predictions correct, here's my advice to you, right? Start a YouTube channel. Because if you're one of these special, amazing, magic, telepathic people who can see into the future and you can predict fights correctly at a 100% rate, you will make a killing. on YouTube, because everyone will tune into you for your professional fight analysis, and you will make people thousands and thousands of pounds or dollars. And look at this numpty here, Dylan. I don't know if you're a fan of the channel or what, but it looks like you know nothing about boxing. I literally say in the video, guys, I don't even know much about boxing. Right, so I actually kind of confirm that. I say, I guess some of the former best boxers in the world, such as Carl Froch, to name one of them, also don't know anything about boxing, because he also chose Joshua to win amongst the many other professional boxers who chose Joshua to win. It's a flawed logic. Carl Froch gets it wrong often. AJ has never been a great fighter. He can't make adjustments himself, always looking to his corner like a lost puppy when things go wrong. I said before, Dubois would walk him down and stop him. By the way, he never commented this on my channel, so he probably said it before in private to his friends, and that's the thing with people who comment this sort of stuff. The 100% prediction rate commenters, they're nowhere to be seen pre-fight. But then post-fight, they're all over everyone's YouTube channel. But I think this is to be expected because a lot of people hate Joshua. I'm not even a big Joshua fan, but I know he's got a bit of an ego and all that, so I can understand people celebrating Joshua's downfall. Anyway, what I want to touch upon is the mistakes that Joshua made in this fight. And once again, this is completely through hindsight. This is all easy to talk about after the fact. Therefore, I am not claiming I am a boxing coach, a boxing expert. So we are looking at this through the lens of, in hindsight, how did Joshua get bullied and beaten so bad? Well, the first part of the equation is Dubois was just really good at pressing the action. From the first second of the fight, Dubois was on the front foot, kept Joshua on the back foot, and Joshua couldn't find his feet and therefore couldn't establish a rhythm. And another thing that Joshua wasn't doing is he wasn't moving his head as he was throwing his jab. So often when Joshua was throwing his jab, he was getting caught with Dubois' jab. Now, I thought it would have been the other way around, because if you watch the Filip Hrgović fight against Daniel Dubois, Dubois gets caught quite a lot and he doesn't move his head too much. Dubois has made such crazy improvements since that Filip Hrgović fight. But take a look here. I can only show you one or two examples because, you know, the zone footage, they often copyright strike channels. So frame by frame here, they both exchange jabs. Look at Joshua's head. It's right up in the air, to be fair. So is Dubois, but Dubois had a harder jab. And take a close look. Joshua's jab connects with Dubois, but then slips off a little bit to the side of Dubois' head, whereas Dubois hits Joshua square on the face and knocks Joshua back. I heard Carl Froch refer to Daniel Dubois' jab as a ramrod jab, and I'd never heard that before, so I presume it means like the way bang, he leans into it and he puts his whole body weight behind it. At one point in the fight, Dubois almost knocked down Joshua, or did he actually knock down Joshua with his jab? Dubois has got a strong-ass jab. Now, I'll also be fair on Joshua. If we scroll to 417, Joshua did have some alright head movement here and there. First off, look at Dubois' guard. I was saying during the live stream, he's almost got a Muay Thai stance. Dubois' guard is very much like this, very square on and very Muay Thai-esque, which kind of suits his pressure-heavy style. He's not a dynamic in-and-out explosive fighter. You know, the opposite of Dubois' style would be someone like Dmitry Bivol. He's almost got like a karate stance side on, and he's bouncing in and out, very light on his toes. Dubois is not like that at all. He's very squared up, Muay Thai stance, and just walks you down. But it works for him, because the guy's built like a tank, and he's got a good chin, so he can take a shot. Much better chin than AJ. But take a look right here. Look at AJ's guard. Where is he? Anthony Joshua throws a big looping right overhand that Dubois sees from a mile off, and then Dubois ducks under, throws his own right hook. But fair play to Joshua here. He has a little bit of awareness. He ducks under that right hook of Dubois, so pretty good. And look, Joshua did have some nice moments in this fight. Dubois throws the jab right here, kind of feints it a little bit, but Joshua saw it coming. He slips off to his right and then throws a nice uppercut. That was slick. So Joshua did have his moments where he showed a little bit of head movement, but the majority of this fight, his chin was up in the air and his guard was down here, and then as he was throwing the jab, he was just throwing the jab straight like that, boom, boom, as opposed to throwing it and dipping off the center line. Once again, I'm not a boxing professional, but I know enough to understand that, well, these are boxing fundamentals, and it was nowhere to be seen with Joshua, which I thought was a little bit uncharacteristic because Joshua's fundamentals have looked solid in his last 4 fights. Now, I did critique in that predictions video Joshua's level of competition, which once again, no one listens to. People just come back to the video, aged like milk. You said Joshua, guaranteed KO. Also, one other fact, people are commenting on that video saying, you said Joshua will expose Dubois. Never once said that. So that is proof right there that people just read the headline, leave a comment, and then get off. Now, another massive mistake that Joshua made multiple times in this fight is he was just evading punches by leaning back like this, which is once again boxing fundamentals 101. Do not do. Don't just lean back. Use your feet to get yourself back out of the way. This happened multiple times during this fight. This was in the first round. So Dubois throws a big, massive overhand right. Joshua got no reaction whatsoever. Look at his left hand. It's down below his chest. Joshua has got no sign of defending it, and that's where he absolutely twisted Joshua's head. Wow. And that's where this picture has came from. Oh, damn. I feel bad for Joshua, man. What a right hand that was. Man. Crazy. I'd say this happened multiple times during the fight. Joshua had no defense. Left hand right down by, it's lower than his chest. His right hand is down by his belly button. And just because I know nothing about boxing and I'm such a casual. Here's Alexander Usyk saying the exact same thing.
And then you have one problem because this position is dangerous. If you wanna do step back like this, not like this. Because this is dangerous. We'll see.
So there you go, Usyk saying the exact same thing. Joshua didn't use his footwork. He just leaned back away from the punches. I somewhat think Joshua might have been a little bit dismissive of Dubois' skills. Now, another mistake that Joshua made, and we see this time and time again in fighting in general, is he didn't command any respect from Dubois. Now, in that 5th round, Joshua did land some pretty decent shots. He just got a little bit reckless when he came in. But if Joshua would have been a little bit more patient and focused on landing a few more shots like that and not trying to rush in, I think he could have started having a little bit of success in the fight. But by that time, Joshua had already been dropped 4 or 5 times. So, of course, he's going to make even more mistakes because he's not going to be completely with it. But yeah, throughout those first 4.5 rounds, Joshua didn't establish any dominance or get any respect from Dubois. And here's Conor McGregor reacting to the fight and what Joshua should have done.
I was just speaking to Usyk. He said the footwork was the issue. He said he was leaning back rather than moving his feet.
He was going back for the same shot over and over. He had a step back backhand. Or he'd just stand your ground with the backhand, and he stood his ground with the backhand in the round he got knocked out in and cracked him. But then he went forward with it. He should have just got one back and said, right, I'm standing my ground now. I'm not taking no step back. Anytime you come forward, I'm going to meet you on my shot. I'm not going forward.
It's all right.
I'm not going forward. I'm not going back. There you go. See that?
Thank you, brother. Yeah.
Conor's analysis was pretty spot on there. Here we see Joshua land a big right hand in the 5th round. Now that actually really rocks Dubois. You see Dubois' guard go up in the air, and then Dubois got to take a moment to step back there. Now Joshua kind of got a little bit overzealous, rushed in. Once again, look at Joshua's left hand down by his waist. He throws the right overhand, cracks Dubois there. Once again, Joshua's out of position. His hands are really low, so Dubois is able to counter him a little bit there. Now he was lucky that shot didn't land too clean. Now Joshua landed another nice right hand on Dubois' chin right there, but he got a little bit too excited, got a little overzealous, and then he leads with the uppercut. A lot of the time when you see people lead with the rear hand uppercut, they always get caught, because when that uppercut is not set up and your left hand, so Joshua's left hand, is down by his waist, watch, in order for Joshua to throw that uppercut, he's got to bring his right hand down. Now look where both of his hands are. Dubois only does a short little right hand here. Look how short of a distance Dubois' right hand travels. Joshua's hand is still down by his waist. The uppercut has got a very long distance to travel, especially when you're trying to go for that knockout blow. Joshua's trying to come right down here to generate the power to come right back up. Dubois just goes like this, up, little up on the nose. Joshua's right hand is still nowhere to be seen. It's at the bottom of the screen, and then boom, right there. Once again, the shorter punch is the faster punch. So as we say, this is all easy to say in hindsight. Who really would have saw this coming? Of course, there was going to be a few people who were predicting Daniel Dubois to win, but they were nowhere to be seen pre-fight. And then post-fight, they go on everyone's comments. Don't even watch the video. Just see the headline and leave the little silly comments. You know nothing about boxing, bye. This is the fight game, guys, and that's what makes it so exciting. It's the fights which are tough to predict and don't go the way that you'd expect, which are the most exciting ones. I'm really excited for Daniel Dubois. We're potentially going to see him against Usyk now. Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, that fight we probably won't ever see again. I mean, there's no reason why they still couldn't fight for each other. Joshua's coming off a loss. Tyson Fury's coming off a loss, but Tyson Fury's got to rematch Usyk first in December, which I think Tyson Fury will lose. I don't mean to make an early prediction, but Joshua and Tyson could still do it. I just don't see them making that fight unless there's a title up for grabs. So I think Dubois has got a big future. I think Anthony Joshua, he could retire now if he wants to. He could also come back. And look, maybe he needed a loss like this to reignite that hunger back within him. It's the Conor McGregor analogy. It's hard to wake up at 5 a.m. and run those miles and do those grueling training sessions when you're waking up in silk sheets and you've got a chef cooking your T-bone steaks every night for your tea. You know what I'm trying to say? So what are your guys' thoughts post-fight? Make sure you like this video. We've got some incredible fights coming up over the next couple months, so make sure you tuned into this channel. We'll be going live for all of them. And that's it. Let's have a good week, and I'll see you tomorrow.